Something's loose. It's right in here. Come on. I'll figure it out. I heard a noise. Moto. And I'll see you on the starting line. So, we heard a noise. I'm pretty sure something down there is going bad. So, we were at Charles City riding with Sean doing the KX 450 video, and that's when the noise started. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, I thought it was something in here because it sounds just like something like a bolt backed out or a washer is rattling around. So I pulled the stator cover off, checked, and there's nothing going on there. I actually pulled the flywheel out, checked all that stuff. Everything's good to go. The top end, the piston, I mean, looks good. There's nothing broken. The skirt looks fine. And everything looks good to go. The reeds are not broken. I'll show you those. The reeds look good. Nothing wrong. Yeah, nice carbon fiber. Everything in there looks fine. The jug looks good. Needs a little cleaning. I don't know if you guys can see down in there. So we'll clean it up. This is what we got. So we'll get all this cleaned up. Power valve was a little mucky inside of it, but not a big deal. It's not the power valve. It's not inside the stator, flywheel, top end. So I'm convinced something going on with the crank. So we got the piston out. It doesn't look bad at all. There's no blowback or blow-by on it. There's no scarring on the sides. Everything looks pretty good. I don't see any problem with this, which is not good. But we got a new one coming anyways. So I want to try and show you guys. See, there's no play. There's absolutely no play up and down, which is nice. There is a little side to side that is normal. Nothing up and down. Absolutely nothing. But see if you guys can hear this. This is the current state of the KTM. We're gonna send it to Bob at Bob's Cycle Barn. He's used to race. Now he teaches classes on how to ride. And he's a KTM dealer. So I talked to him, told him what was going on with it. He said bring it in, no problem. He'll tear the bottom end apart, find the issue, and rebuild it. So we're basically gonna have a new bike. I had the top end coming. I'm gonna do the top end myself. I don't have the tools to split the cases. I don't have a press to press in the seals or anything either, or the bearings. So Bob's gonna do that for me. Put a new hour meter on it, and we'll have a brand new bike. The new sprockets are coming. They should be here soon. So what's gonna take probably 2 to 3 weeks to get this motor completely back together, you guys will all see in this video over about 20-30 minutes, I'm assuming. But since we got it all torn down, we have it all apart, basically, I am gonna wash the hell out of this thing. It's gonna be clean. Look at all that. All this dirt is hiding. That's neglect from me and well, previous owners. So we'll get in there, all these little nooks the dirt likes to hide. We'll check these bearings, make sure they're all good, and take that off. Get the new one on and clean her all up, put it back together. Go any further, we got the bottom end back from Bob, Charles City Dirt Riders. I went ahead and put it in because I'm anxious. Everything looks good. It fit fairly easily back in its spot. Now, this isn't the factory clutch cover, so the gasket kit that came with all the bearings and seals and all of that was too small, so they had to make one for it, which isn't a big deal. So I'm going to clarify, this is not a how-to video, okay? It's simply a problem that I had that is now being fixed. Right now, we're going to put stator, flywheel, all that back in. We'll do the top end, the piston, and all of that. Carburetor, basically we're going to try and get this whole thing back on. I did put the rear wheel back on with the stock 50 tooth rear sprocket. So no more of that 52 teeth BS. And I got the stock 13 tooth front sprocket back on. So hopefully we don't have any more problems. This will be the first start after the complete rebuild. Fingers crossed we did everything right. First heat cycle. There it is. It took Bob and his guys 3 days to rebuild the whole bottom end, which is awesome. They've definitely got my business for quite some time. I'm gonna do a few more heat cycles with this thing over the weekend and we should be good to go. So if you live in Charles City anywhere or around Charles City or Richmond or whenever, or you just don't want to ship your motors out or anything like that, or suspension, they do a lot of suspension work too at Charles City. Hit them up. They'll give you a great price on everything. You want to ship anything off, you can just run up there and drop it off, and we'll let this thing cool down for a little bit. We got these in. What? So we're gonna get these on the bike, let it rest for a little bit, do another couple heat cycles, and take it out and ride it a little bit. So I'm glad you guys could be a part of this whole journey. It took one entire week, one full week, Sunday to Sunday, to rebuild the KTM 300, the whole thing. So, cleaned up our workbench and our other workbench. It's a table saw. KTM is ready to go. Got race numbers on there. Everything's good to go except for what's in this box. Now, yeah. Got a new air filter we're gonna put on. Change the spark plug out. Front and rear brakes, and the new chain. The X-Ring 520. Carburetor alley. Look at this. All of these will build one carburetor. I need parts to make one work really well. Now I am doing this video, see if you guys can see me. Hey! I'm doing these videos, the rebuilds, all that stuff, everything you've seen here, about between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning, every morning. So we can get the bike rebuilt, back together, and broken in, take it out, finally race it. So, makes for a pretty long day, but you can't really complain, because we got the bike rebuilt in just a few days. Jamie, I believe his name's Jamie, from Bob's Cycle Barn, Charleston Dirt Riders, had the bottom end. We dropped it off Tuesday, about midday-ish, and got it back, what was it? We got it back Thursday afternoon. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, he had it completely tore apart. You guys saw the pictures of it that he sent me. Rebuilt everything. You saw the picture of the list of stuff that he went through and looked at and rebuilt. Had it all back together. We had it back on the bike and running Sunday. Well, late Saturday. And you guys saw that too. So from Sunday to Sunday, tore the whole entire thing apart, rebuilt 90% of it, put it all back together, and now it's ready to break in. I think that's pretty good. Not too bad. So we'll go ahead, move the KTM back over here, start working on it again. And it's currently snow, sleet, raining right now. I showed you guys a little clip of that. So the break-in will probably not happen today. I'm leaning more toward today's Wednesday, the 20th, I think, February 20th. So the break-in will probably happen this weekend because it's supposed to be raining and nasty and just terrible weather. Even this weekend it's supposed to be real bad. Maybe a Saturday or Sunday, if there's a break in the weather, I can run it around here at the farm and actually just take it real easy and break everything and make sure it's all working properly. I'm sure it will be, but I'll make sure I'll put that in here too. Rear brake is on. Look at that. Ooh, fresh new rear brakes. Nice. Kind of made a mess, but that's okay. Now, front brakes are still good. I'll probably leave them the way they are. Seem to have a decent amount of life left in them. I don't know if we can see down in there. They still work really well. So probably leave them. Get the seat off. The new air filter on. Spark plug. And the chain. Can't forget the chain. Plug looks really good. I'm going to change it out anyways. I'd really like to get a bore scope down in there so I can see, we can see the piston. But, oh well. We have Ngk plugs. Now, this is a BR8 ECM. I'm not sure why that is in there, because factory is BR70S from KTM. So I don't know if it was something that was recommended by another mechanic, or if the guy I bought this thing from just decided to put that in because that's all he had. There is a length difference though, see that? So not quite sure how that's gonna work with the boot, because that thing, it's tall. There's very limited clearance in there. Woo! So let's try it. Let's see. You see that? Little height difference there. Not sure. I really wanted this to be a long how-to video, but I just don't have the time for that kind of thing. You have to set up the cameras all over the place and make sure you got the angles right and all that, and I just really only have the 2 cameras, the 2 GoPros, and just not enough patience for all of that, or time. Seems kind of loose. We do have an hour meter on the way that we're gonna wrap around this. I'll probably drill and tap holes over here for it somewhere, so we can keep track of the hours we put on this entire bike from start until either it blows up again or we rebuild a top end. Hopefully we'll get, I don't know, at least 60 hours, maybe 100. We might go for more, might go for less. It all depends. And one of you guys was asking about these radiators, how I got them in there. You can see where I put the radiator shroud on here. Need a light. The hole, the inside of the shroud, clamped to the actual frame, the radiator guard itself. Show you on this side. See that? It's wrapped around that little piece on the guard. Drill a hole through there, and you can't really tell the difference. It's on there. It's not going anywhere. That's it. Ready to race. if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, say hey, what's up, and all of that. I'm Tin West Moto, and I'll see you on the starting line.